Hello, fellow fleet and mobility players. Daniel Bland from Fleet Mobility Today again, and let's talk about EVs. So, the adoption of electric vehicles or EVs, of course, has been increasing throughout the Americas. But who is leading? Who's leading? Well, despite China and many countries in Europe being ahead, the United States and Canada lead throughout the Americas. However, owing to the size of the US, the article below focuses on the states and their adoption rates. So I didn't highlight the total number of EVs in each state, but rather the number of cars per person, because this gives you a better idea of the EV popularity. So California is number one, boasting one EV per 43 people. Keep in mind that this includes everyone in the state, meaning that some of them are not even drivers. So per car that was purchased, the state it's about one in every four cars. So 25% of the cars are EVs. Second to California was Hawaii, and then Washington, Oregon, and Nevada. So why are they selling more? I'd say besides political will, many of the EVs are in cities that do not snow. So cold weather and snow is not the best option for an EV. And as for the states with the least adoption, North Dakota and Mississippi, they reported one EV per 1,220 people. So you can see that there's a vast difference among the states. So, like I said again, besides political will, North Dakota is very rural. So they are very spread out. It's very rural, so that's not maybe the best option for EVs. As for Mississippi, the state has some of the lowest average incomes in the country. So, of course, that is not so good. So, although, there is, in the EV market, competition is rising in the country, and there are some lower price EVs coming, still, the average EV is still a bit expensive for a lot of people. As for the ones that follow these two states, EVs are not that popular. West Virginia, Louisiana, and then South Dakota. So in terms of EV sales overall in the country, it looks like this year, let's say in 2024, they'll represent about 1 in 10 cars, so about 10% of the market. And as I also work in Latin America down south, so eyeing the Americas as a whole, I also highlighted in this article a few countries in Latin America. So Costa Rica, it's a small country, but Costa Rica, the EV adoption rate is almost, at the level of the United States and Canada. So we're talking about, a range of about 9% of the overall market this year. Following Costa Rica, I can highlight Uruguay. Uruguay, about 6% of the market, more or less. Colombia, Brazil, and Mexico follows, so at around 5% of the market. So, and many of the other countries, they're probably going to be around 2% of the market. So, but let's keep in mind that there are new models arriving all the time. Some of the models in Latin America are different than the U.S. So let's see how the scenario folds out in the coming months or the coming years. So if you have any suggestions or comments or ideas, feel free to leave a message below, or you can send me a PM, a private message. And I guess let's just keep an eye out for all the upcoming models, and remember to calculate your total cost of ownership, your TCO, and then make the right decision for your fleet or maybe even your family car. So once again, Daniel Bland in Americas for Fleet Mobility Today. Thank you. Gracias.